we got another person coming in. All right. So let me do screen share here. All right. Can you guys see the screen all right?
Yes, thanks, L'Oreal.
Okay, great. All right. So I just want to say welcome and thank you for being here. So here's a little commitment that Lauren and I have for you. You're going to come away from this and you're going to have an idea what Young Living is all about and what network marketing is, what brand partners do, what kind of money they earn, what type of time commitment is required to achieve earning levels, and a bit about Lauren and our experiences in businesses over the past few years. So we're aiming for a half hour, but please give us grace because this is the first time Lauren and I are partnering together with this, and both her and I are very passionate about what we do. We're going to have time for questions at the end, and we have documents and resources to get you on your way should you choose to pursue a Young Living business with us. If you have any questions while we're doing it, put them in the comments so that you don't forget, and then we can come back to those towards the end of it. So obviously the screen that you see is Lauren and I. We met through Young Living, and it has been such a blessing in my life. And it's just one of those perks that you never even realized when you get started with Young Living as a business. You meet incredible people along the way. So we are going to actually get started with a bird's eye view of the Young Living story. I think it's so important to understand why Lauren and I are so passionate about the company that we chose to partner with. So a little bit about the Young Living story. It started with Mary and Gary Young. This is them. About 30 years ago, Gary Young had a vision to grow, distill, and bring premium essential oils and essential oil products to every home in the world. His vision started with some really unfortunate health experiences that landed him pretty much debilitated. He had a logging accident, and he went from a vibrant young man to completely, like, he couldn't move at all. Doctor said that he would never be able to walk again. And it was through those challenging years that he studied natural medicine and different ways of nutrition and different ways to improve his health. And as you can imagine, he started walking again and just dedicated his life to this. So he's very curious. He is a researcher. He has traveled to the Mecca of essential oils at the time, France, and that's where he learned to grow, distill, and produce some of the finest essential oils in the world. In his early travels, he and sharing the first few batches of essential oils with other naturally minded people, he met his wife, Mary, who also grew up with natural health products, and she's been an entrepreneur from her early years, a business leader, and she's a very big advocate of the business model that we use in Young Living today. So it was really these two powerhouses that were the catalyst for our company and its growth. Gary continued to travel the world studying the longest living cultures, which I think is so cool, their health and their nutrition, and he formulated many of his products from his research. He partnered with scientists and farmers literally across the globe to develop and perfect the products that we have in Young Living today that we know and love so well. Being a pioneer and forerunner in essential oils really hasn't been easy. Gary and Mary have worked so hard, and there are a lot of imitators out there, but there is truly only one Young Living, which is evident the second you step foot onto one of their farms or in a distillery, which, by the way, is open to anyone to visit. And we are literally the only essential oil company in the world to do that. So I'm going to stop my screen share here, and I'm going to come back to this. So a little bit about my business story and my favorite products. I kind of jumped into Young Living very different than most people. I was at a point in my life, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I had 2 kids at the time. I don't know, 2 or 3. I can't remember. They all kind of meshed together now. And I was at a point where I so wanted to bring extra income into our family. Being on one income is really challenging, especially when you're a dreamer like me. And I had so many dreams that God had planted in my heart. And I felt like all of the things that I had tried before didn't really work. It didn't really fit the things that I wanted. I wanted flexibility to be home with my kids. I wanted something that could make a good amount of money, but I also wanted it to be something where I made a positive impact in the world, because without those things, I really wouldn't be passionate about whatever it is I was doing. Before I jumped into Young Living, I had a handmade business. I was making handmade spice blends. And I can tell you, after doing that business and jumping into network marketing, there's so much more time freedom that nobody tells you when you're making handmade products. And so I really began to just love Young Living and love the business model. And so again, it came a little bit differently for me, but we're all kind of in the same place. We all kind of intersect at the same place. My favorite product is Valor, and the reason Valor, because it is the product that made me a believer in Young Living. It helped me deal with the grief of losing my dad for the first time ever in my life. Had I been able to deal with hard emotions without it spiraling me down. And it was in that moment truly that I knew that I needed to spread this word to everybody. I needed to spread the news of all these good products, because I knew that I wasn't the only one suffering, and it just all sort of aligned with me. So that's a little bit about me and why I jumped into the Young Living business. And I'm going to pass it on to Lauren.
Okay. Hi guys. So my name's Lauren. I am a wife. I'm a mama of 3. I have an 8.5-year-old, an almost 6-year-old, and an almost 1-year-old. My background career-wise is that I am a nurse. I still have my license. I have been doing Young Living for the last couple of years, but my nursing hospital background was in OB. And I've been using essential oils in my home for a little over 6 years. So I got started with essential oils because I wanted a natural solution for a skin issue that I was dealing with. And then I learned from the friend that I got them from that essential oils were a great non-toxic replacement to scent my home naturally, honestly, like an alternative to candles. When I learned about some of the toxins hiding in many products in our homes, that was alarming to me, and I wanted a more natural option. So our family dabbled in using essential oils for a couple years. And after probably about 2 years of just using them, for fun and ambiance, we decided to see if they could actually change our health. One of the things you get access to when you become a customer in our community is access to a great Facebook education group. And I read testimony after testimony after testimony of people talking about thieves and it changing their immune system, or them not getting very sick anymore. My husband is also in the medical field, and to put it lightly, he and I were both really skeptical. But we had a 2- and 4-year-old at the time who kept getting sick, and it was like a domino effect of winter colds during the fall and winter at our house, and we were exhausted and sick of it. So we decided to take a couple months commitment to using essential oils and supplements from Young Living proactively, meaning every day, all the time, even when we were feeling okay, instead of just reactively. Because what we had been doing basically was using them reactively. Changing to proactive made all the difference in the world. My husband's a physician. He takes care of both kids and adults. And the change that our family experienced was undeniable. It was like nothing we had ever seen. It was like the faucet of sniffly noses in our house got finally shut off. It was like someone disconnected it, and it was the best thing we had ever experienced in our health. We went from constantly feeling like someone had a cold to having incredible tools to support our bodies, and our awareness of what was going in our bodies also really increased. So we now had things that we could do at the first sign of something going awry, instead of being like, oh, somebody, when you hear your kid going, we used to have that fear of like, should we just cancel the weekend plans now? Like, that was what it used to be like in our house. And now when we hear someone doing the sniff, or we have a scratchy throat, we have tools to nip it in the bud. They have been working so effectively. It's been 3.5 years since that transformation, and we will never go back to life without Young Living products in our home. Because that change was so dramatic, that was what prompted me to start sharing about essential oils and non-toxic living with more of my family and friends. It started casually and has grown into a flexible part-time career that I absolutely love. The earning income from home with my kids around has been a huge blessing, and I've been particularly thankful over the past year when I compare what I get to do now to earn an income to the stressors of being in the hospital environment, especially over the past year and year before that. Anybody who's been alive in the 2020s knows exactly what I'm talking about. My favorite thing about Young Living is the products, particularly the Thieves line, because that was the catalyst to our health transformation. But the products and the business have both transformed my life in ways that I will be grateful for forever. One of the best things that I love about Young Living is that I can wholeheartedly say that Young Living is for everyone. And Young Living has the best tools out there to promote your health. Essential oils are the foundation of our company, but we carry a huge variety of home, non-toxic home products. When I say home, I mean stuff like hand sanitizer, all-purpose cleaner, and body products. Think whatever toiletries you need, from mascara to deodorant to toothpaste to dental floss. We carry things people need. We don't just have things people want. We have things that almost every human I know spends their money on somewhere. So that makes Young Living products easy to talk about because they're things people already know how to use. You don't have to be a healthcare professional. You don't have to be a scientist to tell people how to use toothpaste or sunscreen or deodorant. So Young Living can be really easily tailored to meet the needs of any individual that is health conscious, anybody of any age, lifestyle, or budget. If they are health conscious, they care about the ingredients that are in their quality products, Young Living can meet their needs. So let's talk a little bit about what makes Young Living's quality unique compared to other health and wellness companies or compared to other essential oil companies. So first, you need to know that this topic could be an hour-long discussion on its own, so I am just going to skim the surface. But the basics are that Young Living's standards for their products go beyond the U.S. Department of Agriculture standards for organic labeling. Young Living is far beyond that. They are the pioneer when it comes to the farming and distilling of essential oils. Gary Young literally invented, you can see in these pictures, some of the distillery equipment at one of Young Living's farms in Utah. Gary Young literally from his worldwide travels invented a lot of this equipment that other essential oil companies use. One of the stories we heard while we were there is he has literally climbed inside these distiller machines to see how they work from the inside out, which is super dangerous, and I would never recommend. You do not do that. But Young Living's motto is seed to seal. Young Living's literally created the science and the equipment that other companies use or mimic. Seed to seal, our motto, means that every aspect of the development of Young Living products, from the seed of a plant that gets planted in the ground to the seal that closes any supplement product or essential oil bottle, our customers are going to get an amazing and therapeutic product. Some of the things Young Living does in their farms are they hand weed their plants. They don't use any chemical or synthetic pesticides or fertilizers. They only use temperature, pressure, and steam to distill their plant matter, as opposed to chemical solvents. Like if you think back to chemistry class, some companies use harsh chemicals to extract the aromatic compounds from plants. Young Living only uses water, steam, temperature, and pressure to do that. Young Living has in-house laboratories and third-party testing that measures exact chemical constituents of all their products' ingredients, and they have extremely high standards. That means you will see our products be out of stock sometimes because we're dealing with plants, right? So think about your personal garden, right? Sometimes it's a good year for tomatoes. Sometimes it's a bad year for tomatoes. We have certain more rare plants that occasionally go out of stock because maybe there was a drought, or maybe when they distilled the plant matter, some of the chemical constituents didn't line up to be therapeutic. When that happens, they compost the material or they use it for weed control. You know, they always put things back into the earth, but they don't bottle and sell you things that don't meet their standards. If this is something that you have deeper questions about, Seed to Seal, you can go to the website, seedtoseal.com. And I also have an 8-minute YouTube video about it that I can put in the comments of this Facebook event that you can go back and watch later. It goes into further depth about some of the differences, specifically about oils between Young Living and some of the other corners that other companies cut when they are trying to imitate Young Living standards. One other thing that I just want to mention quickly about Young Living is that they have one of the best and most convenient product rewards programs that I have ever seen shopping at any retailer. Think Kohl's Cash or like how Costco gives you rewards back if you have the executive membership, or the 5% on the Target Red Card, but way better and more generous. Think 20 to 25% back. Young Living is extremely generous. They are consistently, throughout my 6 years of being a customer, I have seen them bend over backwards to give amazing value to their customers. So that's a bit about Young Living's quality and standards. Something you may or may not know, Young Living is a network marketing company. Maybe you've heard that before. What does that actually mean? I'm going to pass the virtual microphone back to L'Oreal, and she's going to share a little bit with you about what network marketing means.
Hey, okay. So network marketing basically means, in very simple terms, that you talk to people and you build a network in the most simplest terms, okay? And you may have heard the term multi-level marketing. Basically, that means you get paid on multiple levels in helping people who help people, and you earn commission. You basically earn commissions when you refer friends who refer friends. So you get paid on all of those levels, and that's all that is, okay? So Young Living is a network marketing company, but they're also a legacy company. I'm going to throw up something for you to see that I think is so important when we're talking about this. Oops, hang on. Okay, there we go. So they have been around for 28 years, as you can see. That is a long time. This is a sustained, stable, not going anywhere business, okay? And we have over 7 million customers. It is decades of global growth. We have over 200 countries that we serve. It's family owned, so that means that Mary Young owns the company. And in 2021, we did $2 billion in sales. Of that $2 billion in sales, what I think is the most powerful thing about Young Living is that 40% comes from monthly repeat customers. That is a really, really big number. It's a strong number of people. Think about how many products you have purchased once and you never buy it again. So we have such a loyal customer base that loves the products that literally almost 50% of the people buy every single month because they love the benefits so, so much. The next slide I'm going to show you, actually not that one, this one. So this is just to show you the global growth, okay? So we were talking about decades of global growth. I thought this was such a powerful visual of the longevity of this company, because we don't, like, thousands of network marketing companies close their doors every year, okay? And so this company can provide longevity. It can just provide where we're going in the future. And so when you look at this chart, we've been through, this is like from 1994 to 2021, I believe. And this shows you that we have been growing despite economic booms, despite crashes, despite pandemics, like all of those things. We are moving forward and we are continually growing. And so I think that it is so, so important to know that about Young Living, that we are here and we are not going anywhere. Okay. Nope, that's not it. All right, here we go. So hang on, I skipped over something. So with Young Living, there are no monthly minimum requirements of fees to buy products to earn a commission, which is really great because a lot of companies require you to buy a ton of product in order to get paid. And that's not the case with Young Living. It gives you the freedom, the flexibility to do it wherever and however you want. And just one other little thing, you don't have to buy any kind of inventory, which is amazing. When I was doing my business with spices, I bought bottles, I bought shipping labels, I bought materials, I bought all of these things. And that was so much overhead for me that I had to sell so much in order just to come even. With Young Living, you don't have to have any inventory. You can choose your own hours. And there is an immediate income upfront through various bonuses that we have. So the customers that you refer, you earn 25% of what they purchase for the first 3 months, which is amazing. You also earn 10% on the customers your customers refer within the 3 months. And you don't have to know the whole compensation plan. don't worry, it's explained in detail in one of the resources we have available to you, but just so that you kind of get an idea of what you can make through Young Living that way. So now that you know a little bit about Young Living and network marketing, what does it look like to have your own network marketing business as a Young Living brand partner? I'm going to hand that over to Lauren.
Great. Okay, I'm going to chat about this. And L'Oreal, can you just type the link for the IDS in here so that if anyone wants to refer to that later, they can. I realized I don't think we have a slide of that. The IDS is Young Living's income disclosure statement, and that will show what the average monthly or annual incomes are at different ranks, which is like different promotion levels within our company. So I'll have L'Oreal drop the link in there so that you guys can access that. But for anyone on the replay that doesn't see the chat, it's youngliving.com/IDS. Okay, so you guys have heard a little bit about Young Living and a little bit about what network marketing is. Network marketing is marketing products you love to the people in your network. So what does a brand partner with Young Living do? A brand partner is like the front desk associate of Young Living. So think like member services at Costco. They tell people how shopping at Costco works. They help them get the type of membership level that meets their needs. And, if you need to know, hey, do you have this product? Do you have that product? Is this thing better purchased online or in the store? You can ask them those questions and they'll tell you. The great thing about being a Young Living brand partner is it is not required to be a product expert. If you like shopping at Young Living, you teach people how to shop at Young Living for what they need, and you point them to the resources to equip them. Most of us share with our friends and family things like our favorite restaurants, our favorite books, our favorite jeans, our favorite baby carrier, whatever. We share about that stuff for free anyway because we love those products. That's network marketing. Why not get paid for it? In my opinion, network marketing is only unethical if you don't believe the product you're sharing about will help people. If I routinely recommended a restaurant that gave food poisoning to its customers, I would be a jerk and people should be mad at me. But I've partnered with Young Living because their products have changed my life, and I can't imagine where my health would be without them. So as L'Oreal mentioned, we have a lot of flexibility and options open to us in how we determine that we want to run or grow a Young Living business. But for the sake of clarity and clear communication, in this talk tonight, we're going to talk about being a casual or a deliberate brand partner. Brand partnership is a little bit like having an exercise goal. Everyone's got different goals when it comes to exercise. Maybe they have a certain health goal. Maybe you want to gain strength. Maybe you want to increase your cardiovascular endurance. Maybe you want to lose weight. You decide, okay, the best thing to meet my health goal is to take up running. There's still a wide range, right? So you're going to start running. Some people might want to run a 5K. Maybe they got connected with a cause they're really passionate about, or maybe the 5K has a fun theme and their friends rope them into it. Maybe the 5K is the baby step to see if they really like running. Being a casual brand partner is a little bit like deciding you're going to run a 5K. So what does a casual brand partner do? A casual brand partner who is successful does 3 things. The first one is that they share about their favorite Young Living products with their network in whatever way they want. Things this could look like. This could look like having a shelf of oils in your dining room. It could look like running your diffuser during Bible study or a play date. It could look like sharing your Thieves hand sanitizer or your stress away roll-on or your bug repellent with your friends when you're out and about. It can look like sharing your favorite products on social media. What are you putting in your diffuser, or how you used lime vitality in your guacamole. So the first thing a casual brand partner does to be successful is share about their products with their network. The second thing, they help other people meet a need that they have with a Young Living product. So the key to that is listen for and be aware of the needs that other people have, and when it's appropriate, suggest a Young Living product to help and serve them. And then the third thing that a casual brand partner does is connects the people that they refer to existing community and resources. That's it. So to be a casual brand partner, all you need to do is upgrade your customer account to a brand partner account. And if you're not, some people who have been in Young Living for a couple years may already have a grandfathered brand partner account. So if you're not sure what the status of your account is, ask the person who invited you to this call. Upgrading your account from customer to brand partner is a one-time $30 fee, and you get a few business resources sent to you from Young Living as well. The next thing you'll have to do after you upgrade is find and share your personalized referral link and share about Young Living products when the opportunity presents itself as you go on with your life. Being a casual brand partner is quite easy for almost anyone to do, and there's really no downside that I can think of to doing it. So let's circle back to our running analogy for a minute. When it comes to lots of people's health goals, most people don't just want health for the short term, right? We want to avoid chronic health conditions. We want energy to enjoy our life and our family. We want confidence that we're caring for our body well. Prioritizing your health takes commitment, but the reward of not being sick or in pain is amazing. So if you're listening to this call tonight, it's possible that you're dissatisfied in your current job, or maybe you've got big dreams that need a larger income to support. Maybe you've got a multiple year vision of wanting to earn an income from home. Maybe you and your spouse want to be together all the time. Maybe you want to help other people improve your health, or you want to donate to a special cause. Maybe during the last couple of years of COVID craziness, your career has been put at risk. If any of this is ringing a bell, it's possible that being a deliberate brand partner is for you. Being a deliberate brand partner is like using the vehicle of a Young Living business to train for and run the marathon of life when it comes to your finances and your personal development. So a successful brand partner does 5 things, and 3 of those overlap with the casual brand partner a bit. But so the first thing that a successful, deliberate brand partner does is regularly and intentionally share about their favorite Young Living products with their network in whatever way they want, in person, online, a combination. That's going to look just like the casual brand partner, except it's going to be more regular and intentional. The second thing they do, be aware of the needs other people have, help them meet the needs they have for their health and their home with Young Living products. That's the same as a casual brand partner, but it's more regular and it's more intentional. The third thing that a deliberate brand partner will do is they intentionally follow up with customers that they refer to provide a service experience and equip them with resources. You guys probably know, if you've ever stayed at a hotel before, there's a huge range of hotels that you can stay at, right? You can go to the Holiday Inn where they check in on you and the towels feel like cardboard and they don't do anything else. Or you can go to, a Hilton or a Ritz or whatever, where people know you by name and they give you a chocolate chip cookie at check-in and the linens are luxurious. A deliberate brand partner strives to give a 4 to 5 star experience to their customers. So that is the intentionality that comes with the service we're providing.
Your volume went out. I can't hear you. Hang on. Let me catch you.
Where did I cut out? Because I think my internet's back.
Yeah, you're good.
Where did I cut out?
You cut out about the 4 to 5 star.
Yeah. Okay. So basically what I was saying was taking care of your customers as a deliberate brand partner is going to be looking like doing your best to give a 4 to 5 star experience. The fourth thing that a deliberate brand partner does is they equip them. I guess we got to up our bandwidth or something.
And I'm talking and I realized I was muted. So here we are. No, I can't hear you. Hang on, let me go to the notes.
Oh man, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, apparently our internet is only enough for one person.
We can hear you though.
Okay. So what I was saying is the fourth thing that a successful deliberate brand partner does is they equip themselves to become a better business owner and a leader. So just like if one of your health goals is learning to run a marathon, you're signing up to learn a new skill. You're building new habits. You're basically choosing to do uncomfortable things in the short term because of the longer term goal that you're committed to. And being a deliberate brand partner is not different. It may not be physical training, but it's a commitment to improve and develop yourself. And that looks a little bit different for every person. But the most important thing is we're just continuing honing our skills, because that equips us to serve our customers and serve the brand partners that we partner with better. And something I love about this company and our community in particular is people do this because they want to serve others. So it's a commitment to continually being better at that. And then the last thing that a deliberate brand partner does is at some point in their business, they teach other people to build businesses along with them and under their guidance. So let's say that being a deliberate brand partner is intriguing to you. Your next question might be like, okay, so those are what we do, but how do I learn to do that? Congratulations, you're normal. Everybody wonders that. Like any job, being a deliberate brand partner has training. You might be wondering, like, do I have to be weird? Do I have to message a bunch of my friends? No, you do not have to be weird or spammy. Brand partners are most successful when they learn to serve the people that are seeking health and wellness solutions and serve them with excellence. Think about it this way. If you were a realtor and you were looking for new customers or clients, would you go knock on all the doors of everyone that had a for sale by owner sign outside of their house? Maybe, but it might just be a way to irritate a lot of people that don't want your services. It would probably be more effective to share with your network, hey, I've become a realtor. Hey, this is the type of service I provide. Hey, when you're ready to buy or sell a home, let's talk. And then when you assist clients with buying and selling, ask them to share that experience with their friends and family, and they will. And you probably won't even have to ask them because they'll be so thrilled with the experience you gave them. So what are the resources available for brand partner training? First, I do want to say that these resources I'm going to tell you a little bit about, they're available for any brand partner. You don't have to be deliberate. These resources are available to someone who wants to do things casually, deliberately, or anywhere in between. L'Oreal, can you post that picture of the Brand Partner Academy? So the Brand Partner Academy is one of the first and best resources that we have available to you guys. It's a course that our friend Leslie created. It's off social media, which means you can learn it concentrated and not be distracted by notifications. It's in its own app. It's about 5 hours of comprehensive business training, and it's going to help you build a great foundation. The Brand Partner Academy also offers weekly live coaching and strategy calls that help you as you grow. So that's going to be like that number 4, being committed to become a better business owner. This is also going to help you with that. All of those calls that are weekly are recorded and saved. So if you're in a different time zone, or if you work during the day, or if you just have something going on during the time they're all recorded, so you can go back and listen to them podcast style as you go about your life. Brand Partner Academy is a one-time $20 investment. It's technically $19.50, one time ever. It is literally worth hundreds of dollars. I'll tell you that right now. But this is a very minimal investment that will serve you for the lifetime of your business. A couple of the other resources that we have include some Facebook groups that offer monthly graphics, a supportive community, a Google Drive that's full of things you can use for classes, education on different topics. We also have documents that have lists of helpful apps, free podcasts, and past classes that we have taught that you can model off of to use as templates as you share in your own way. That's a bird's eye view. You know, when you are ready to look for brand partner resources, whomever invited you to this call is going to be more than happy to share anything they have with you. So most people want to know next, what's the time commitment look like to this? What's a realistic time commitment to grow a network marketing business, specifically within Young Living? And I'm going to have L'Oreal share a little bit about that. There are 3 seasons of growing a network marketing business, and she's going to chat with you guys about that.
So yes, there's 3 seasons, 3 phases of creating income through Young Living with those who are deliberate. So the first phase is the phase that you're working 6 to 10 hours a week for nearly like $0. Okay. But you're going to learn a lot. Okay. You work a lot harder than your return. And this isn't to say that you're not going to make any money. Some people do earn money from their close friends and family. So there is fruit, but there's also frustration. when you go past that. And frustration is good because it means that you're in your growth zone, right? When things don't feel comfortable, you are in your growth zone, and that's where you want to be. It also gives you the time to build trust with your network. And everybody starts off with different trust levels with their network. Some people are watchers, so they're waiting for evidence that this isn't a quick little thing. How many people do you know that have gone from like network marketing company to network marketing company to network marketing company, and they bounce and bounce and bounce? And most people don't want to be with someone that they don't know they can trust enough to be there long term to support them through whatever investment that they're making. So some people may wait 1, 2, 5 years to believe you're not doing this as a get rich quick thing. I can tell you, I've been doing this for 4 years, and I have people that I know from high school that are just now purchasing from me that we've been in contact with for at least 4 years. So it's all in the right timing, and that's okay. So true success in this industry is truly from building trust over time. You do not get rich quick. Getting rich quick tends to burn bridges in relationships, and we don't want that, and I'm sure you don't want that either. So the second phase of creating lifetime income as a deliberate brand partner is that you work and you get paid for what you're working for. So close to like a minimum wage job. Maybe 15 hours for 10 hours a week. That's about $600 a month, which is, I mean, pretty good for flexible income being from home, right? The amount of time that it takes is different for different people. Again, remember, some people have more trust with their network than not. Maybe some people have already been the natural living industry for a while and they've been talking about it. So they've already built trust with their customers. Doesn't mean that you're not going to reach your goals. It just may take a little bit longer. So just like different people have different baseline levels of physical fitness, like I said, different people have different networks and communication skills. The best thing here is that anything, truly anything, can be learned with diligence and patience. Most of us, it just takes time, and that's okay. We're learning new tools and we're working through our emotions of being scared about what's new, which is oftentimes something that most of us have never done before. So again, lots of grace, lots of compassion. And then the third phase is that you get paid more than the hours you spend. This is what, when people are like flashy about network marketing, they're like, you can make $1 million from network marketing. They're talking about this phase, but they don't really talk about phase 1 or phase 2, which I think is really unfortunate because you don't get the whole picture and you think that it's going to be really easy and that you're not going to have to put work in and all of these things, but that's far from the truth. This is a job. And the good thing is, though, in this phase, you are getting what a brand partner who wants to be deliberate and create a lifetime income, you're getting what you're wanting at this point. So both of us, Lauren and I, we are on our way to this. We both had a baby in the last year, right? Because Bo is 9 months. Yes. And both of us have still had income in the thousands a month coming in, which is such a blessing because if you have had a baby, you know that life is really crazy with babies, especially when you have multiple children. And so it's such a blessing too, because we didn't have to find daycare and we didn't have to hide in a closet to pump at work. We were literally able to have our babies. And because of the work that we did in phase 1 and phase 2, we were able to have that income coming in and not having to worry. So we have friends who have replaced full-time incomes, you guys, full-time incomes with this, and their families together. Both spouses are working on their young living business. The best part about this is that your money and your financial story is just that. It's yours. Okay. Maybe it's on your heart to buy land and homeschool. Hey, that's me. But maybe you want to keep living in the city and you love your full-time job, right? But you're really passionate about maybe funding adoptions or supporting missionaries, or you'd love to be able to have extra income to be able to do that. Maybe you want to travel. Maybe you want to write a book. Whatever it is, you get to decide what you want to do. And I fully believe and I'm truly confident in that Young Living can be the vehicle for you for that as a deliberate brand partner. So building a business with Young Living is extremely flexible. All you need is Wi-Fi and power. Willpower and Wi-Fi. You still need power too. But that being said, listen, I want to tell you that if you're here and you're like really in a desperate need to earn quick cash, the best thing to do is to get a second job, because what that does is that if you start your Young Living business in desperation, it brings a needy energy that will translate into your business, and it'll just get really weird really quick. And you don't want that, because usually that doesn't serve your customers and your network in a way that is good, even if you don't mean to do that, even that's not your intentions. So do this with peace, do this calmly, and you will start to see the fruits of that as you become deliberate and consistent with your business. So what do deliberate brand partners say? What do they think? They say, and they think, I'm going to work this as a real job, because in 1, 2, 5 years, I would love to be earning, boom, whatever it is. Okay. If you think about where you were 4 years from now, and you didn't have any major changes in your life, like I'm talking career changes, I'm talking financial investments, all of those things. If you didn't have any of those, chances are you're probably where you were, exactly where you were 4 years ago, where you are now. And maybe you might be a little bit worse off, because when you start to factor in the pandemic, the inflation, the cost of rising houses, that's put a lot of pressure on a lot of people. So as a deliberate brand partner, you look at it and you go, what am I going to do in the now to make the changes to support my future 4 years from now? Because in life, with anything, if you don't make changes, you are still going to be exactly where you are 1, 2, 4, 5 years from now. So if you're strategically and purposefully acting each week, 6 to 10 hours a week over the next year or two, it can create a significant income for you. And I can tell you, I'm in one of the hardest seasons of my life. And even with 1 hour of intentional work, I can see, I took some time off with the baby, but I can see things moving in the right direction. Okay. So no matter what season you're in, this can work for you. Some seasons you may just have to work a little bit harder at being more intentional and focused with the time that you do have, and to make it a priority in your life. So 6 to 10 hours a week over the next year or two, you can be easily earning around $500 to $1,000 a month. Again, if you're giving that amount of time regularly with patient, consistent daily actions, which, by the way, lots of grace, because I'm not a patient person. So I have to consciously check myself all the time for that. So you are not alone. You are normal when you have all of those feelings. So maybe this could lead you to leaving a job, staying at home, hiring help, hiring a house cleaner. Hello. House cleaners, I don't want to spend my time cleaning. It could create 1 to 2 streams of income. And the reason I say that is because if you're married or have a partner, you can actually work 2 accounts and bring in 2 streams of income, which is what I do and which is what Lauren does. So both of our husbands bring in extra income as well. So huge blessing, provides a ton of flexibility. All right, we are almost done. We have gone past. I am sorry, but thank you for your grace. You've learned about network marketing, about Young Living, about what it takes to earn an income as a brand partner. So what do we do next? What is the next step? So if you decided that being a brand partner is not for you right now, what I want you to do is just tuck this information into the back pocket of your mind, so that if there is a change of priorities in the future, that you have this available to you. So we want to thank you for investing part of your evening with us, and we hope that it provided you with more information and clarity. Now, if you are interested in being a casual brand partner, what you're going to want to do is upgrade your account and ask the person who invited you what free resources that are available to you, and to share your link when the opportunity presents itself. So all you have to risk is $29, and literally by referring 1 person, you'll likely make that back. And let me just show you where that is on the Young Living website. Come on. Okay. and it's not there anymore. So if you just type in brand partner upgrade with Young Living, it'll show you, and you just click it and it'll take you to where you buy the brand partner kit, and then your account is upgraded to a brand partner. So this is what it looks like. So you just add to cart and get started. Okay, if you're considering growing a business as a deliberate brand partner, you'll still want to upgrade your account, and you'll still want to reach out to the person who invited you to this call for the initial resources. And then what you're going to want to do is have that, and what you're going to want to do is join the Brand Partner Academy for the $19.50. Lauren is going to put a coupon code, take half off, and that'll bring the cost to $19.50 for the lifetime use of it. So you're going to commit, as a deliberate brand partner, you're going to commit to 2 to 3 months to learn and 2 to 3 months to implement what you've learned and see how it goes. Remember, this is the first stage of your network marketing business, okay? And you have to set your expectations accordingly. Don't think get rich quick. Think I'm building a solid foundation and I'm growing the trust of the people around me. And so what you'll want to do is you'll want to work through the Brand Partner Academy video by video. And when you run into the mind mess, get coaching, okay? I can tell you, Lauren and I have been working on mind mess together a lot, okay? We all have mind mess. We all have mental drama that gets in the way of our growth and our achieving our goals. And I promise you are not alone with this. You are not alone. And so lastly, I just want you to consider what's stirring in your heart when you decided to listen to this call. What was the thing that made you say yes to come and take a look? What are you hoping your life looks like in 1, 3, or 5 years? How could a Young Living business be the vehicle to help you towards those goals? So after this call, what I want you to do is just take a few minutes and write your goals and your thoughts down, and then set a time to share those goals with the person who invited you. I assure you they love nothing more than to partner with you to see those goals grow into fruition. And that's pretty much it. That's all we have. We're going to open it up for Q&A if you have any questions. I'm going to stop recording this so that it doesn't get too long.